everyone, welcome back to the Destined Life podcast. I am so happy to be back here with season 2. This is episode 1 of season 2. We are so happy to be here. I know that a lot of you have been waiting, and it's been 2 months since last season, so I took a little break, and I'm so happy to be back, and I believe that you all will really be blessed through this. So today I want to go ahead and get into the episode, but before I do that, I want to ask that you all please like, share, comment. Make sure that you let other people know about the podcast, whether you're listening through our audio version or you're watching here on YouTube. Please make sure that you make sure you tune in and share it with others, to let other people know about the message, and subscribe to the podcast. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you are here. This is a podcast about achieving the life that God has planned for you, called The Destined Life, and I am the host, Destiny Harris, and I'm so happy that you are here, and I pray that this video encourages you. Before we start, I'm going to say a prayer. Father God, we thank you so much for all that you've done. I thank you for being the great God that you are. I ask that you please just help me on today to be able to encourage people and let other people know what they need to know. God, I ask that you just speak through me. God, I ask that you take Destiny out of the way, and I want you to be able to speak on today. God, I thank you and I praise you for everything. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So segment 1 is called What They Posted. So this is a new segment. I didn't do this before, so I'm really excited about this. I think this is something different. In this segment, What They Posted is we are going to be picking at different posts on social media and that I have seen and liked and may have saved, and I'm going to be discussing them and what I feel about them and how this may be able to encourage you or maybe cause you to be able to think a little bit and start a discussion. So a lot of these posts that I have, we're going to be picking at 3 different posts. All 3 of them, I like to save them like a really long time ago. So I really went digging, and I am a person on Instagram. I save a lot of posts. I have a lot of saved posts on social media, on Instagram, to be specific. And so I went back through that to see which ones I wanted to talk about today, and I chose 3. So the first one says, reach for the top because the bottom is too crowded. I thought that this is perfect to be able to talk about today because it actually goes with our episode of today, and you're going to be able to understand that more as we go a little bit further in the episode. And what the Destined Life is about, it's about starting your journey, about going after the life that God has planned for you, and not waiting until tomorrow to start something that you can, do today. So I'm really happy that I was able to see this post. I was like, oh my gosh, this goes perfect. Because many people, they try to say, well, I'm just going to be with everybody else and stay miserable and stay in this old lifestyle, trying to, stay back with friends, or because that if you start trying to go after the life that you want, that means that you're going to lose friends, that you may not be as close with different family members, or there's going to be a lot of changes, and some people are scared of that. And I want you to know, being at the bottom, a lot of people are there, and that's just not the place to go. Go to the top where you have that room to be able to explore, the room to be able to do what God has called you to do, to be able to live that destined life, to be able to have joy in your heart and have peace in your mind. So going ahead and go after it, and make sure that you, and I love that I said go after it. That was the theme of last season. And that's still ringing in my spirit still to this day, because I feel like we need to do that. Go after what God has asked you to do, and not try to stick with others, or stick with your friends who may not be, who are hesitant to go forward, or those people, just those people around you. Sometimes social media can be like, oh, well, just sit back, relax. And yes, we do need to have those times, but there are many times that we are being lazy and we are not going after what God has asked us to do. So that post said again, I'm going to read it again. It says, reach for the top because the bottom is too crowded. There are too many people out there who do not believe in God, who do not live the life that they're supposed to live. And you know what? You don't have to be a part of it. It's okay for you to stand out. And sometimes you may be alone, but don't worry about it. We are a community here. We are here to help each other. And you can reach out to me. I want to be able to encourage you all to keep going, even though it may feel uncomfortable and it may feel lonely when you're trying to go for something better. Just know at the end of the day, you are going to be blessed, and you are going to feel even closer to God. You're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to be just a better individual for somebody else. So yeah, I really like that post. I'm going to go to the next one. The next post says, you won't get much done if you only work on the days that you feel good. So I felt like this post really went with me today, as I'm filming this episode and recording it. Today I was really tired. I had been up, you know, all night throughout this week. Every night I was doing something. Like, I was up really late, and I was just really tired. And I'm a person that if I'm tired, I'm going to sleep. I don't care how much work I have to get done. I just go to sleep, which is not okay. And many times I miss out on different blessings, miss out on deadlines or whatever, because I just want to go to sleep, or I just want to take a break and watch TV or whatever, or you know, listen to music, whatever it may be. And so what I realized is that as you're going after this destined life and going after the life that God has planned for you, and wanting to be better, having more joy, having more happiness, there are times that you're going to have to work at times that are uncomfortable, times when you are tired, times when you are literally in pain, times when finances are looking really funny, times when you don't have friends. It is when you push through those times of being alone, that's when you get blessed. And many times God is like, I need you to be in that isolation. I need you to be uncomfortable, because in order for you to live this life that I want you to live, you're going to have to know how to get uncomfortable, because that's what brings growth. Me growing and being able today to be able to record this episode, that is growth for me, because I would have been like, you know what, I'm just not going to do it. I'm tired. But I said, no, I have to do this to help somebody else, not just for yourself. Notice that living the destined life isn't just about you. Yes, you're going to be blessed through it. Yes, you're going to receive something and experience growth, but it also is going to be a light to others. It's going to be able to bring other people to God. It's going to be able to have people to be able to really work on themselves and be a blessing to their families, to their friends, to people that they don't even know, even to strangers. Some of the people who have seen my listened to my episodes and have, you know, seen me talk about my journey of trying to live this destined life, there are people that I don't know, but they're being blessed through it, and they are able to be able to see that there is something greater, that wait, I can do this, I can change it, I don't have to stay the same way. Notice that, you know, you just have to keep working, and that you have to keep making sure that you strive for excellence, always striving to live your best life and be the best you can be every single day. And of course, there are times that you do need to take a break, and you have to be honest with yourself. As I've said so many times last season, be honest with yourself about what times you actually need to take a break versus those times where you just being lazy, or you just want to be tired. You just like, I just want to go to bed, you know. And of course you may get tired, but you have to keep working. And right now I want to just lay back and just not do anything. But I said, no, I need to bless somebody else. And every time after I push through and just go ahead and do it, that's when I am blessed. And I feel better, and it encourages me, not only encouraging others, but it encourages myself to be able to keep going in my own life with my own personal things and making sure that I get better. So that's enough with that post. The next post that I want to do, which is our last one, we're going to do, it says, discipline is doing what needs to be done, even if you don't want to do it. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even if you don't want to do it. So this kind of goes with the last post as well. And I wanted to make sure I had around the same theme, you know, going with the episode. And it was very discipline is something that I would say that I still struggle with, and that it's something that I ask God for to help me with self-discipline. Many times I'm able to hear from others and other people telling me what to do, but if it's just on my own, if only I know about it, then it's most likely not going to be done, which can be a struggle. And let me turn off my notifications. But yes, it could be a struggle for me sometimes to keep going when I need to, and knowing that there are times that you're not going to feel like it. There are going to be tasks that you are going to do as you grow in this life. There are going to be tests that God will give you that will happen out of nowhere. And you're like, why is this happening to me? And God's like, I'm testing your growth. And even though he already knows everything, but he's like, I need you to know where you are. Because some people feel like they're further than where they are. And God's like, you're actually not that far. You still got some work done. And then God will put tests in your life just so he can show you how far you've gotten. Like, you're actually getting better. Because sometimes we beat ourselves up like, oh, I'm just the worst person ever. And God's like, actually, you're doing amazing. And I'm very proud of you. Of course, you still have ways to go. But I want you to know that you are getting better and that you are getting, you're becoming stronger and you're being a better light for others. You're slow to anger. You're taking care of yourself, not just spiritually but also physically. I see the changes in you. Do you see it? Because sometimes we don't see ourselves. We're many times, I don't know about everybody, but I know for me, sometimes I'm always looking at the negative of me, and I'm like, okay, I need to work on that. Okay, well, this is something, okay, well, God is showing me this, and God's like, okay, but also, look at this. You've grown in this area. That's amazing, and you can celebrate those wins. You can celebrate the growth, yes, but knowing that it doesn't stop there, that it keeps going. You have to make sure that you, every day, working on yourself, every day reading your Bible, every day praying and speaking to God and really seeking him so that you can live that destined life. So this brings me to my next segment, which is the title of today's episode and the theme of season 2, which is why not now. I realized that there are a lot of things that I wanted to do in life, and many times I would say, okay, well, I'll do that later on, I'll do that at a different time. But God's like, why not now? Why not do it right now? I'm asking you to do it right now, so do it right now. And of course, I think it's important for us to make sure that we go on this destined life in this new year. I'm doing a check-in with you guys. I know we've been in 2022 for a little bit now. We are now in March, and we've been here for a while. Some of y'all are doing great things. Some of you may feel like you're not doing enough or whatever, but I want you to know that you can start now. Don't wait to start that business. Don't wait to help others and to be a better person, to be able to start that fitness journey, to be able to start working on yourself, eating healthier, to go back to school, whatever it is. You can start now to be that better person. You can start in the middle of the day. You can start late in the midnight hour. That sounds so churchy, late in the midnight hour. But anyway, but you don't have to do that. But you can start right now. You can do what you need to do. So here I said, in this new year, we must be faithful to living our destined life. This life is not a life that will just come for you, but you have to come for it. It is a choice you have to make every day, and it is a major lifestyle change. So I loved it because the other day I actually posted the quote from this episode just to let people know a little bit about what we were going to be talking about. And it says, this life is not a life that will just come for you, but you have to come for it. I don't want people to think that the destined life, as soon as you get saved and you accept the Lord as your, as your Savior and as your Lord, and that, that, okay, I just sit back and do nothing. That's like, of course, there are things that we have to leave in God's hands, but God will give you instructions. God will take you through things. God will tell you, okay, I need you to read my word more. At this certain time of the night or at this time of the day, I need you to read a chapter of the Bible, and I need you to read this specific book, or I need you to start a business. I want you to start ministering to others. For me, it was via a podcast. Start posting videos on YouTube, different things. Everybody has their different instructions from God, and sometimes it's not always about starting things, but maybe it's things within yourself. Maybe God's like, I want you to work on being quiet. I need you to stop talking so much. Or maybe I need you to speak up. And I need you to stand up and start speaking. Another thing that it can be is, right now your health is going down and you're asking me to heal you, but you haven't been taking care of yourself. Faith without works is dead. I need everyone to understand that. Faith without works is dead. Yes, God is very powerful. He could change things, but he's like, I need you to also be able to follow my instructions. I can, give you everything that you need to do, but sometimes you don't listen. So when it comes to living this destined life, I want you all to understand that it is an everyday thing. You have to be faithful to it, faithful to living the life that God has planned for you every single day. Not just say, okay, well, today I'll live holy, but the next day I'll, do a couple things. But then, okay, but now today I'm going to do it. Okay, well, this time of the day I'm going to do it. But when I'm with these friends, I'm going to be this way. But when I'm with these other friends, then I'll be that way. Okay, well, this, when I'm feeling down and I'm, my money is kind of low, then, I may have to do some things that aren't, in God's will, or, things that God may like. But when my finances are up, that's when I'll praise him. That's when I'll serve him. That's not okay. God's like, I need you at all times. All times. David said, I will bless the Lord at all times. So we have to make sure that we understand that. And I actually want to go a little bit in depth with that. When David said, I will bless the Lord at all times, many people think of, just like, oh, I'm praising the Lord. Like, I'm lifting up my hands and singing, and I'll serve in church. I'll do this. And that's not exactly what I took from it. And I feel like I got a new revelation from it. But God, I feel like it's also saying, I will live holy. I will make sure that I serve you, and I will always be making sure that you are my Lord at all times. I'll make sure that I am living holy, and making sure that I'm living destined for, us. We're saying we want to live this destined life. I'm going to live destined at all times. I want to make sure that I always try my best to do what is right. And I want you all to understand, there are going to be days where you're going to be disappointed. There are days where I have come short. I want to use myself as an example. There are times that I've come short. There are times that I have sinned, that I have done things that were not like God. And God's like, I didn't want you to do that. And I had to go to God and say, God, please forgive me. Forgive me for doing my wrong, and forgive me for going against what you have asked me to do. So I want you all to understand that there are going to be times that you may be disappointed. There are going to be days where it's just like, you know what, I got to just start all over. And I say, God, just wash me, cleanse me, save me all over again. I just want to start over in you, and I need your help. Help me to not be able to not do those things again. But you have to start. You have to start now. Don't wait. If you mess up, keep going. Don't just give up like, oh, okay, well, it's done. God's mad with me. God's like, no, I want you to get back up. It's about getting back up. That's how you become better. That's where the growth comes, when you get back up and you keep trying and you keep going, even when you're tired. For me today, I was tired, but I had to get up and do what I had to do. I still have homework for school, a lot of things that I don't feel like doing, but it's like, no, you need to get your stuff together, because God blessed me to be able to be in school right now, and I want to make sure that he knows that I appreciate it, and I'm going to do the work that I need to do. Wow, I felt convicted in that. But making sure that you understand that there are going to be days where things are not going to go right, and that's okay. There are times that it may not go right. There are times you're going to sin. I'm not saying that sin is okay, but knowing that God has already forgiven us. Ask for forgiveness. Make sure you do that, and then keep going and ask God. Say, God, this is something that I keep doing. How can I get away from this? How can I get away from procrastination? How can I get away from laziness? How can I get away from being so quick to be angry with somebody, being so quick to give up on things, or to give up on life, to give up on other people. Help me to be better and to live more like you, and to be more nice, to be more joyful, to be more peaceful in the mind. Right now, my mind, maybe it's just a lot going on in there. Some people are living, right now they're depressed, and they have anxiety, and their minds are just going crazy right now. And it's so hard for them to think. And in order for you to truly serve God, you're going to need some peace in your mind. And you're like, this is how I can be your best servant, So you can go to God and say, God, you see what's wrong with me. You see the depths of my heart. You see what's wrong. And I just need your help right now. What can I do? And God will tell you, whether it's reading the Bible, whether it's, I need you to go walk every morning. No music, no podcast, no nothing that you're listening to, but just go walk and just listen to nature and let me speak to you. Because many times we pray to God, but we're not listening for an answer. And I talked about that last season. It was an episode I really went into that, but making sure that we do that and we are listening to him. And God's like, I just need you to let me speak to you. Whether it's you need to go to therapy, or, maybe take some time away from those friends. Take some time back, and we have to make sure we listen to these instructions. And sometimes the instructions are not always clear, and it may not always be something that you understand. It was actually today I saw something someone posted, and they were like, sometimes what God may ask you to do, it may break your heart. I'm just kind of paraphrasing here. And I was like, yes, there are times that God's telling you, oh, I need you to get rid of those friends, or I need you to stop doing that. And you're just like, but God. And at the time, you may not understand. And there's some things that God has told us to do. You're like, okay, I understand why you said that. But then there are other things that's like, but that don't even make sense. Like, we're good. And then later on, sometimes it takes us a really long time. Sometimes, like for me, there's some things that God told me to do. It wasn't until years later that I was like, that's why. Okay. And you have to just trust him. And that's what it said in the post about trusting him and understanding that God has already figured it out. He's already figured it out, you know? So just do it now. Do what he says. And all that understanding stuff, it will come. Hopefully, it will come later, you know? And so today, I want to encourage everyone to start now to do what you need to do. Start now to live that destined life. Whether it's ask God, say, God, what do I need to work on right now? What do you need from me right now? Do you need more time with me? Do you feel like I'm not doing enough with trying to get other people to you? Do you feel what do you think I need to do? And God, I will do it. Help me to be able to have the courage and the strength and the knowledge to be able to go about it in the right way, and starting right now, and not waiting forever to do what you have asked me to do, because many times waiting in the past has delayed our blessings. And some of us, we didn't receive the blessings. We didn't receive it. A lot of our blessings were put on hold because we waited till later to do it. Today I would like to do something. Of course, we have our Destined Life application. And so I want you all today, I'm giving you guys kind of like a homework assignment. That's what the Destined Life application is for those people who may be new to the podcast. I've never seen it before. But the Destined Life application for today, I would like for you all to create a daily task that helps you to achieve the destined life in each area of your life. So whether it's in the spiritual, I want to give you all an example of give you an example of mine, and that is, so for my spiritual walk, my daily task is to make sure that I read two chapters of the Bible a day, at least 2 chapters. So that's going to be my thing. For mental, I'm going to try to journal my day and record my feelings and include self-reflections. For financial, is to get rid of an expense, and this can be small. Like today, for breakfast, usually I would try to like buy breakfast, but I was like, you have food at home, so just eat that. Make it free. Get rid of an expense. There are some expenses that y'all probably can get rid of, and you're like, you didn't have to pay for that. You had some food at home, or you didn't need that service right then, or making sure that God helps you to be able to keep your money. Some people really struggle with saving and with not spending all the time. So whether that may be your thing, or maybe it's getting rid of debt or something like that. So for me, my financials, to get rid of an expense, and it can be small or big, just something, try every day to get rid of something that you would usually pay for. Try to get rid of that. Physically, I'm going to try to drink an entire bottle of water a day. I feel like I've been doing good kind of with that, but sometimes I can kind of fall off. But I'm just trying to drink more water because I've been doing really bad, and I'm super dehydrated. So that's my thing right now with the physical thing. And I'm going to and you could add more to it. Just start out small. I'm kind of starting out small with some of the areas of my life, but you can keep adding to it. And maybe it's starting off with drinking a bottle of water a day, and then you may add to and say, every morning I'm going to eat some fruit, whether it be through having a smoothie, or just having a apple, eating the whole thing, and make sure you have that fruit in the morning or something. But just ask God for these different areas of your life. Have him to help you to understand, what do I need to work on in my spiritual? What do I need to work on in the mental area of my life? What are some things that I can do to be able to help improve myself and be a better servant for you? And that could be your prayer today. So for segment 3, I'm going to move on to segment 3. It is called Rid, Work, Adopt, which is a segment that I've had on here before. And what we do is we choose one thing to get rid of, one thing to work on, and one thing to adopt. So for my Rid, Work, Adopt, I'm going to give you mine, and I want you all to make sure that you come up with yours. And mine is, I'm going to get rid of doubting God's power and ability. There are many things in me that I may give my excuse to God. I'm like, God, you called me to do this, or you told me to do that, and you know that I struggle with this. You know how I am. Sometimes it's like, God, you know how I am. Why'd you call me to do that? I just don't think, like, will I ever really change? Will I ever really listen to you? Because some people, we have a problem with actually, following orders, especially if the orders is something that make you feel uncomfortable. But I had to understand that God can change me and God can help me to be more obedient. He definitely knows how to test you to get to that point to be able where you're able to grow more and being able to put those things aside. I know for me, filming a video, even though I wanted to do it, I didn't really want to do it because I don't know, I didn't like taking pictures. I didn't like, making videos and stuff like that. That was just something that goes with insecurities and stuff like that. And so I was just like, what? And then for me to be able to say today, oh yeah, I'm gonna film a video and just going ahead and do it, and trying to speak to others, where they have to see me, that's growth for me. And some of us, and that may not be something for you, but maybe it's talking in front of people. God may have called you to be a speaker. You're like, I'm scared of speaking. I get anxiety. God can change you. He can change your mind and change how you think and change how you operate. He can help you to get there if you let him, And so I think that's something that I need to get rid of. Sometimes we forget, and I was talking the other day about that. Sometimes we forget God's power and his ability to be able to change people. We've seen it in the Bible. We've seen it with people around us that have really tried. With me, I'm a witness to it. God has changed me to be able to smile more and have joy. And I talk about it all the time because some people just don't understand where I've come from and how God has brought me, this far. So that is something that I'm going to get rid of, and that is getting rid of doubting God's power and ability. So for our next one is work. I'm going to work on being confident in the process or waiting season. So there are some things that I'm asking God for, and right now I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm waiting for, sometimes I'm still waiting, I'm waiting for the answer for certain things, and there are certain things that I'm trying to grow in and that I really want to. I'm a person, I don't like going through the process of going through failures and stuff. I just want to be perfect. As soon as I do it, I just want it to be right and be, good. But God's like, it's going to take some growing process. It's going to take you a couple fails. It's going to take you a couple of trials to get there. And I think I need to learn how to be confident in that, because many times I close up and I don't want to talk about my failures and talk about the times where things didn't go well. But I had to make sure I work on being confident in that and be like, you know what, but God is still working on me and I'm going to get there one day. And it doesn't have to stop everything. So, yeah, but that's just something I had to understand. I'm like, God, help me to be able to be confident, even in the times where I'm not totally strong, but confident in the fact that you are my God, and I know that you are a person that can change me. You are a person that will get me there, and that one day I will receive that blessing or receive that new attitude, that new way of operating. So yeah, that's just something I'm working on being confident in the process. And also I'm going to adopt the mentality that God had already figured that part out. As I said before, there are different things that God has called us to do, or different things that God has told us to try out, and there may be things that you feel like you can't do. You're just like, but that's so opposite of me. That's not something that I would do. God already figured out how to get you there. He already figured that out. There are times for some of y'all who God has probably called you to start a business or whatever, and you're like, but I don't have the money. God already figured that part out. You have to understand that God has a plan. He has a plan for us all. He already figured out how you're going to live that destined life. Some of y'all, this is going to be a journey. Well, for all of us, it's a journey. It really is. But for some of y'all like, I don't know if I could be that person to be smiling all the time. I don't know if I could be a person to have joy, because I be mad all the time. God already figured that part out. He already knows what tests, what trials to take you through. He already knows how to help you grow. He already knows what daily tasks you're going to have to take for going back to the Destined Life application. He already knows how you're going to be able to, how you can work on it and be better. He already figured all of that out. There's some things that God has called us to, some different prophecies that we may have received that God has told us, will happen. And you're like, there's no way. God has already figured out how to get you there. He has already figured that part out. So just trust him and stop worrying about it. So this is something that I'm adopting. This is for me. This is my lesson for me. Some of y'all may be getting read, work, adopt may be different. And read, work, adopt, when I do this segment, it's not always this deep. Sometimes it's very what is it, sometimes it can be very simple. Like one time I said I would get rid of eating I don't know, like maybe it's getting rid of eating junk foods, or maybe it's getting rid of you know, being on your phone all day or something like that. I don't know. Working on taking your time when it comes to doing your homework or something. I don't know. But it could be small or it could be big. But these are different things that you can participate in. And maybe you can even comment that down below and let me know what are some things that you're trying to work on and get better at. I want to give you all a declaration. This is something that we want to ask God for. And we want to declare over our lives. We're saying we're going to have that go-getter energy. That's the name of this declaration. It says go-getter energy. As we're talking about this why not now, we have to make sure that we you know, start now to do what God has asked us to do. And this declaration says, no more delays in waiting for the right opportunity. Let's get it and let's go, because we do not have time for fear, shame, or anything else not like God. Let's give go-getter energy. So this is something that I want you all to declare, and every day you can put this on your mirror. This is a great thing to say in the morning and be like, you know what, today will not be a day of me just, you know, well, I think I might do it. No, I'm about to go get it. I'm about to go get that destined life. I'm about to go ahead and get that blessing, get that thing that God has asked me to do, that thing that God promised me. I'm going to go ahead and do it. And God, and I'm asking this and I'm saying this in Jesus' name. And I know that with the help of Jesus, I will get there. So make sure that you declare this over your life. I'm going to go ahead and say it again. It says, no more delays and waiting for the right opportunity. Let's get it and let's go, because we do not have time for fear, shame, or anything else not like God. Let's give go-getter energy. We are we're getting to the end of our episode, you all, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I pray that you are blessed by it and that you really get something out of it and that you're able to apply this to your lives. So today I want you all, just a recap of the episode. Our Destined Life application for today is to create a daily task that helps you to achieve the destined life. So make sure you choose a task that has to do with your spiritual life, with your mental life, financial life, and physical life. Then I would like for you to choose something to get rid of, something to work on, and something to adopt. And then I want you to declare over yourself every day that you will have go-getter energy. Adopt that mindset. That can be your adopt. Making sure that you have that in your mind, that you will go and get what God has asked you to do. You will go ahead and get those blessings. You're going to go ahead and get of a healthy financial life, a healthy physical life. You're going to go after it, and you're not going to wait every day. You're not going to wait till later. Okay, well, I'll wait till I get older, or I'll wait until this comes through, and then I'll start living my destined life and truly living the life that God has planned for me. But no, I'm going to do it every single day. I'm going to be faithful to it, because I know that this is not a life that will come from me, but this is the life that I have to come for. So, yeah, that's the recap, and I gave y'all a lot of homework today and for this season, and I pray that you all are blessed through it. This season will be full of, as always, encouragement, but also being able to a lot of self-reflection will be had in these episodes. I have to reflect a lot of this whole episode spoke to me. I don't know about you, but if it wasn't for y'all, it was for me. And I pray that you all work on yourselves and that you understand that you can live the life, that God can change you completely. He can change the way you think, the way you operate. He can turn a follower into a leader. He can turn an angry, hot-headed person into a peaceful, joyful person. He can do it. Yes, he can. So make sure that you believe and you trust in God, and start now to live the destined life. So why not now? Why not start now? Okay, because many times y'all be missing out on y'all blessings because y'all don't start right now. So that's enough talking. That's enough. I pray y'all are blessed through this, and I am asking that you all please go follow the podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at the Destined Life _, and you can also, we also have a Facebook page. You can go and like that Facebook page. You can also go and subscribe to the Destined Life YouTube channel. And what else do we have? Oh yeah, subscribe to the podcast itself. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Audible, and the Podbean app. So you can go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on there as well. Please make sure that you share it with somebody. Let other people know, hey, you need to listen to this, and make sure you go and do that homework. Okay, maybe you could do it with your friends or with your family, or just do it by yourself. Go ahead and do that, and ask God to help you to be able to understand what your next steps need to be. My name is Destiny Harris. I am your host, and I'm so happy to be back with another season. I pray that you are blessed, and I pray that you choose today to live your best life, which is the destined life. God bless, and I love you all, and see you next Sunday. Bye.